Seeing Sophie in that state, it was really, really hard. She did not want to interact with people, really. Every single day, we just kind of did everything we could. That is actually when we found out that she was also pregnant. It was really scary, not knowing if the baby would be healthy. Sophie couldn't eat anything. She had overgrown teeth. We found out that she was blind in one eye. Nobody took any time to take any care of her. So with her being deficient in a lot of stuff, there are so many things that can go wrong. But we just kind of knew that she would make a huge recovery. But he was just like this tiny little miracle baby, and he was running laps around the stall already. He just had these super long legs. With Theo, we noticed back legs, unfortunately, were pretty wonky at first. And we just knew that he was probably going to need a little bit of extra care. We were worried that it was going to be a setback and make him a bit timid, but absolutely not. He's just gotten more sassy. Theo was not even a foot tall, and he would walk up to the stuffy that's like 4 times his size and just start kicking it. Like a little golden retriever and just happy to be there. Theo thinks that everybody is his friend. I think Theo picked up a lot of his mom's personality traits. Sophie is very easygoing, but she also wants things done her way. She'd paw at the door. I wasn't getting her food fast enough for her. And she loves to scratch her tail on stuff. But after Sophie had Theo, like, she really came out of her shell even more. She was so excited that she was like running around with him, like just to show him off to everybody. We had never seen her run before. Chances are she would never have had a baby that she would get to stay with her. Just seeing them together is really sweet. So they just have all these like cute little like mom and son things they do. And that's a bond that they'll have forever.
I'm in Slab City in California, and I found a cat. The first time when I saw her, I was shocked that she was even still alive. When I found her crossing the road in the middle of the desert,
guys, what do I do?
its eyes were glued shut, and she was just meowing so desperately. She really needed my help, so I couldn't just let her stay there.
I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
When I first brought her into my van, I was a little nervous to like pick her up.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Say hi.
I'm allergic to cats. I work a job where I have to leave my vehicle in parking lots and remote locations for a long time in the heat. So I wasn't thinking about keeping her at first. But it seemed like what she really wanted was company. She would stick her face and keep meowing and meowing and meowing until I pet her nose, and then immediately climb right onto my shoulder.
Come. Here you go.
It's possible that she saw me as her parent. Within a few days, her eyes cleared. She was much more active. And then I just started petting her cheek a little bit with my finger, and she kind of perked up, realizing how awesome it felt. It would be so dumb of me to just throw away this blessing. So what I decided to do was drive her all the way to my parents' house. She's staying with my parents, but we are still very close to this day. Whenever I come home, she'll meet me by the door.
Hey baby, what's up?
Her eyes are just so big, and she's just being like, oh, my play pal is back. It's playtime. And then we'll kind of chase each other around the house. It's really funny.
What? You wanna go outside?
She's a pretty independent cat. She goes and explores the entire neighborhood.
Scythe!
I get a little sad because I'm like, oh, I wish she still climbed on me. But sometimes she'll come and just put herself right in front of me. Be like, no, 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 look at me, pay attention to me, it's my turn. I never thought that I would be a cat dad. I was always a dog person. I can't believe I hesitated to keep her at first. This is my little daughter. And I'm so happy that we get to spend our life together.
What do you think?
When we first went to see her, Winnie was kind of shut down at the beginning. She was very, very skinny. But when we took her off the trailer, her head just perked up, her eyes just got bright and wide, like she hadn't seen other horses in years. We introduced Winnie to Xena and the mom horse about a month after she'd been with us. It was honestly, I think, Xena, the foal, who did most of the work. Sometimes Xena will try to get Winnie to play with her. She's starting to learn how to be a horse again.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Winnie was actually trying to eat grass.
But I would say she's the worst case that we've taken on here at our rescue. We don't know much about Winnie's history. We got a call from animal control. We need to go help a mare who's in a super desperate situation. She is 32, almost 33 years old, and her eyes were just kind of dull. You could tell she was uninterested. She's kind of just, oh, okay, you're here. It was a challenge at first, getting her to want to eat and then finding things she did. We thought maybe that was because she was just by herself. We tried to introduce her to some other animals she'd gotten to know over a fence. She didn't know how to say hello to other horses. We know Miss Winnie can do it. But the mom horse that we put her with was a good example of how to be a horse. She wanted to belong. She wanted to be accepted. So she kind of just mimicked the other horse, Willow, in what she was doing. She follows them around. She loves just hanging out with them. And they became friends. She's eating normally. She's starting to eat grass.
She is gaining weight already.
And then she started to kind of show just little bits of her personality. Now that she has more energy, she will run around the field a lot more. Most of the time, she's just out in the field enjoying being a free horse. I think it's really incredible to watch a horse of her age make such a transformation. She's definitely had all of the odds stacked against her. Yeah. We couldn't be more pleased with how she's doing and how she's recovered. And we hope we can find somebody who's gonna love her for the rest of her days.
No matter where I'm going, Shusha is always sure to follow. When you wake up, you just need to lift the covers and Shusha will be there. And she even comes to work, where she's the cutest employee. Although sometimes it feels like she might be too clingy. But when I first found her, I wasn't sure she would make it. As I was walking home one day, I saw something small and strange. I saw a baby hedgehog, which you almost never see. She was all alone, but I noticed something else was wrong. She had a bad head injury, and my heart just broke for her. There was no way I could just leave her there. So I quickly scooped her up and rushed to the vet. The vet said I was lucky I found her when I did, because she would never be able to return to the wild. But with time, she could be a happy hedgehog, so that's what we were going to do. Every day, I had to put a special ointment on her head. But when I tried, she would always hide away. And if I was too close, she would be too scared to do anything. I knew she needed to trust me if she was ever going to get better. So I was always gentle and calm, giving her lots of love. And I sat near her so she could get used to me. Then one day, she softened her quills so that I could pet her. And I took that as a sign that everything was going to be okay between us. From there, her personality only grew. She became sassy and confident. It was obvious she wanted to be the queen of everything. But she was also the clingiest ever. Sometimes we have to be careful of lumps because it might be her. She's done more than I ever hoped for. And every day she makes me smile. We've all gotten so used to having a little hedgehog in the middle of everything. I honestly can't picture my life without her.
When we let Mickey and Moose out into the grass for the first time, they both got the zoomies. For Moose, his eyes were like, what is this light? They were running as fast as they could in circles around the whole pasture, kicking their legs up. It just really touched my heart. And they immediately started making friends.
I do want to get up there, Mickey.
It breaks my heart that they wouldn't have had a chance to have a life without the sanctuary. Mickey and Moose were born in 2 dairies, and usually male calves in a dairy are considered byproducts. They're usually not kept alive. But luckily, I knew the farmer from one of the dairies, and our old sanctuary manager knew the farmer at a different dairy. And so we were able to negotiate their release. They first met in the back of a car, and they just started becoming friends right away.
You're home.
Unfortunately, Moose was really sick when he arrived. He had to be rushed to hospital, and they were already inseparable after a few days. So we had to take Mickey to the hospital with Moose. When we got them to Rosie's, they had to be quarantined in a barn for a few weeks. But personalities started showing right away.
Excuse me, what was that?
I've had dogs my whole life, and these cows don't act any differently.
It's just clean.
They want to explore everything. It doesn't really matter what it is. They do everything together. And Moose is in charge, and that's totally okay with Mickey. They think I'm their mom, and that was great when they were 60 pounds, 70 pounds, 80 pounds, even 100 pounds. But now that they are 1,500 pounds, it is a problem. Because whenever they see me, they come running over to me and the back of their legs kick up. They just are unaware that they're so big. They are still growing up. They're 2 years old right now. They are just such happy, confident, curious, intelligent. just adorable animals. Oh, I'm just so happy we have them. Our sanctuary would not be the same without them.